Christian morning. So, what are you taking away for the Western Final Conferences, and how are you feeling about the finals coming up next week?
Oh well, we're glad everybody's healthy and feeling good, feeling confident going into the next series. It's a great accomplishment to reach this point in the season. It's so hard to do. It's rare. This doesn't happen. It's not guaranteed every year. So we're excited about that. But we're just trying to fine tune our game, mentally, physically, and just get ready to play again.
How have you set up criticism for the whole season of you?
Come in the gym and just do the same stuff I always do. Um, Ball's gonna keep bouncing no matter who's talking or whoever got something to say. The ball's still gonna bounce for me. I gotta work on my game, just like I always done since I've been in this league, and just let my work take over. So I've been just trying to focus on just getting better.
Do you play off social media?
For the most part, I do.
You played through the West Finals last year. I think you were somewhere around 700 minutes. This year you're in like the 300s. I mean, do you feel, kind of rarely refreshed this time of year? Your minutes logged way down.
I wouldn't say it was anything different. I think, when you get this far in the season, something extra just pushes you to just go out there and play. But obviously my minutes are a little different, and you still got bruises and nicks and bruises from just playing a physical game. But for the most part, I feel good.
Kevin, is 9 days too long, ideally, between games, or do you welcome the break?
It's something that we have no control over, so we can't. We just got to take it how it is, and go out there and do what we're supposed to do every single day. And we've been through this in the first 2 series, and so we kind of know how to handle ourselves. But it is a long break, but we got to be mentally ready to go out there and grind out.
Physically too, right?
Well, obviously,
yeah,
for a series.
I'm guessing more and more scrimmages as you get closer to next Thursday. And
Yeah, just trying to get up and down a bit and get loose a little bit when we scrimmaging, because we're not going to get any more bump against somebody else until Thursday. So we might as well go against each other and break a sweat and go out there and compete while we in practice.
Kevin, I know last long break, you had kind of a rough start against San Antonio in Game 1. What things weren't happening in that first half that might have been the result of the layoff?
It had nothing to do with the layoff. We were just sluggish. Mentally, we just wasn't in it that first half. But that was a long time ago, and we're moving forward now. We can't control having a 9-day break. We wish we could play today, or tomorrow, whatever. But we know that we have to get ready for this break and how we're going to approach it as professionals. And I think everybody's ready for that.
Kevin, I know this first year isn't over yet, but obviously it's a big adjustment coming here, fitting in with this new group. How do you think that it's gone overall, and do you kind of agree with the kind of general assessment from the outside that it probably couldn't have gone any better in terms of kind of seamlessly fitting into what everybody's doing here?
I thought it went pretty well this year. Just like anything that's new, you still figuring out the small details of it all. I think we only could get better from here. And I like where we are as a team right now, but I think we got another level we can get to. But this whole year was a success. Outside of getting injured, which I thought that was actually a success for me, just mentally, just seeing things differently. But that kind of put a halt in some of the progression that we had as a unit. But for the most part, man, we're in the finals, so it's a solid season. But we want to keep going.
Is there anything that surprised you the most, or anything that really stood out about coming here and kind of fitting into how it's gone, or has it kind of been what you thought?
I had no expectations. I was just coming in and taking it day by day and seeing how I can, impact my teammates and impact the game every single night to help us win. That was just my main concern, and everything kind of worked, together in that aspect. I didn't come in here thinking I should do this or I have to do that. I just try to come out there and learn and be the best teammate I can be, and everything else will fall in line after that.
Since February 4th, it's been over 100 days. That's the last time you guys won. You and the Big Four have played a full game. What does that say about that group of guys? You know, like, having lost it early there.
That doesn't mean a damn thing right now.
Do you ever stop and think kind of, oh, I'm sorry.
It really doesn't mean anything. Obviously, you know, it's good to see that, you know, we work well together, but if we are, if, you know, half of us aren't locked in to start the game, you know, then we'll dig ourselves a hole and we have to do so much to fight back. So I think if we are mentally locked in and, you know, following the game plan from the start of the game, we're a pretty good team. And once we continue to do that, man, we'll be all right. But you know, that stuff doesn't matter. Obviously, it's a new season, especially this last series of the season, and we got to bring it. We got to bring it. We can't expect for us to just say, oh, we're a great team on paper together. We got to go. You know, it's going to just happen. We got to go out there and try to take it.
You had a really good Olympics, so did your team in Rio. But through that tournament, did you wonder why Draymond was not getting more minutes? And do you think that motivated him at all in terms of trying to prove a point during the season?
I mean, he's Draymond Green, 35th pick. Nobody thought he'd be who he is today. So I think he always has that chip on his shoulder and he always has that motivation. I think just because he loves to play the game, and also on top of that is the fact that so many people passed on him and didn't really appreciate his skill set. So I don't think the Olympics and not playing had anything to do with it. You know, that experience for him, I could tell, was just something that he never thought he'd go through. Get a gold medal, be amongst the top 12, 13 players in the world, and get a gold medal. I don't think playing time really meant much to him in that.
Okay, you didn't talk to you about that during the tournament?
No, not really. I mean, obviously, you know, everybody wants to be out there and playing, but he was the greatest teammate. You know, didn't care about the minutes, just went out there and we won a gold medal together. So I think that's the most important thing to him.
Has your gold medal held up? What you've been through the last 10 months? I mean,
Say it again.
do you ever think just kind of what you've been through, what you, like all the changes from the last 10 months when you're, you know, by yourself, just kind of reflecting?
No, I mean, I've been moving around my whole life, you know. Since I was a kid, we moved around so many times, so it's kind of something I was already used to. But you know, you reminisce on, you know, people that you've been with and impacted and had a chance to build a relationship with over the time once you're in the new spot. But other than that, I just, you know, excited to be here, excited to start a new, you know, I guess a new era with, you know, this team and living in a different part of the country, all that stuff that comes with it, and just try to conquer it as I go every single day.
Hey, what was your reaction when you heard Ty Lue say that Boston is tougher to defend than Golden State?
I had no reaction. I don't think too much about it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. No,
How has the bench sort of evolved this year? There were a lot of questions, a lot of